Good morning, everyone. This is Camara Mary Rajabari. How are you? I am part of Root Woman Collective, and I wanted to film an update because I had mentioned to Ocean Lade that I thought it would be important to give some updates on how this 40-day prosperity process is going for me. We're on day 2 right now. So I can only speak about day 1, which is perfect. First, I want to thank everyone who's been participating. We've had a lot of people on the line in the mornings, and West Coast time at 6 o'clock, so it's pretty early for me, but it's perfect. It's very perfect. I wake up, and that's the first thing I'm doing in the morning, setting my intention, working with others in the community on prosperity and abundance and just a consciousness of receiving and giving. So it's been perfect in terms of the timing. I thought at first, gosh, I'm going to be tired because I like to stay up late at night working. But really, I've gotten up. Like, my body's even starting to getting up before my alarm wakes up. So I think this is just completely resonating with me all around. Let me talk a little bit about yesterday for me in terms of a personal experience with this prosperity plan. I've done this throughout the years. I first learned it going to a religious science church that I attended in Oakland, and it was the Reverend was Reverend E, and Reverend E is still there as far as I know. She is a phenomenal teacher. She was the first person really in my life to teach abundance, teach taking personal responsibility for your consciousness and really working with your consciousness to have your life show up in the way that you want it to show up. So because life is already happening, right? So we just have to recognize it. And she was the first person to really teach that to me. Before that, I would always think that life just what was, I was at the whim of life. And she really opened up a new door in terms of how to relate to spirit, how to relate to life, how to develop consciousness. And it's an ongoing process. I mean, it's an ongoing process, but she was my first teacher around that, and I really do give thanks and gratitude to her. So I've had this little book, the Abundance book, which is, I don't even know, this might be a very old version of this book. There might be some probably different looking books out there. It's by John Randolph Price. I've had this book for years. It's just, it's got stains in it. The pages are folded over. It's definitely been well used. And the great part about this book is that you just use it as a tool. When you're feeling like you're not remembering as much about your prosperity and how you really are blessed and just an outpicturing of spirit, then the 40-day prosperity plan is a great thing to do again. And so I find myself ever so often doing it, again, just to make sure that I'm in alignment, and that I'm not stressing out about things that I don't have to stress out about. So yesterday was interesting. It's like I feel recently I've just started to work for myself. And if you're an entrepreneur, you know that there's times where things are really up and things are kind of streamlined, things kind of are steady. And then there's just times where you really need to look at business and look at new ways of generating business. And so for me, it's been really good. I've been feeling really blessed. I've worked with a lot of different clients. I've put myself out there as a massage therapist, and it's been really beautiful. I love this work. I'm very passionate about healing work and helping people to help themselves to heal. So I am so grateful for everything that's been happening. And at the same time, I feel like I need to find a steady rhythm in being in business for myself, because I have those steady stream of bills, right, that come up. And so for me, yesterday, it was about, at first, I just felt really on high after the affirmation and the calls. I was just like, this is it. And yesterday was a full moon as well as a lunar eclipse. And I'm a moon person. I'm a Cancer. I was born in July. My name, part of my old name means moon. So I'm very moon oriented. So yesterday it was very interesting. I was just in this flow of the moon, like just changeable, hidden, there. All aspects of the moon were happening in my mood and my being. And, it was great. I was just riding the wave of it. And, and I created yesterday just a beautiful doll, a vision of a beautiful doll came to me yesterday, and I just said I have to make her. I don't know who she's for. I make spirit dolls. I don't know who she's for, but she's just really super beautiful, and I saw her, and I just had to make her. So there she is. I don't know what to call her yet, but she's like a Cuban Mamba priestess. Is that Mamba? I don't know if that's how... the Lewa priestesses. She has a nice little dress with lace. I went and got her some lace. Anyway, I'm not sure what to call her. Right now I'm just calling her Yeye because Yeye means mother. But anyway, I made her last night, and we communed a little bit. I even spoke to her about some of my not problems, but just some of my challenges. So out of that creativity, I'm just really grateful that creativity moved forth. I'm still getting visions of other dolls. And sometimes I just go ahead and make them when I have the vision, because I know the person maybe is just around me who needs the doll. And I custom make them too. So that was beautiful that she came forth, and I was really happy. And I think towards the evening, I think a lot of this process for me has been what is coming to the surface for me to deal with personally. I've done this process before, so I'm not new to what it means to think with a prosperous consciousness. So what is it that I need to take from this process now? What challenges am I still needing to uncover? And for me, I told Ocean Latte that she said to write down that intention 3 times. And I wrote that intention down in my journal 3 times. And each time I went through it, it was like I saw an old story of myself. I saw an old story of myself being, I don't know, quote unquote, weak. Thinking that I didn't have control in the situation, thinking that others were doing A, B, and C. I saw myself playing this weird role of weakness, of feeling lack, of feeling like I was subject to all kinds of situations and conditions when I wasn't. But it was weird when I was reading that affirmation and I was writing it down. It was like all those things were bubbling to the surface and dissipating. I mean, I was seeing all of those situations. They would come, and then, I would just let them go. But I saw them like they were lodged somewhere in my spirit, trying to break free from it. And so it's been interesting because I believe a lot of this process is going to be about me breaking free of habits that I didn't even know were in my roots of my consciousness. And so working through the roots, getting deep down into what do I believe? Why do I believe the way I'm believing? And is that helping me or is it blocking me? So this morning I woke up and it was funny. I just read some messages from my friends and everybody said, yesterday was yesterday. Today is today. So if this is resonating with you, yesterday in terms of the past, let it be the past. Let it be the lessons. And let today be the new day. Let today be the day that you decide to take forward in a new way, with a new you, with a new consciousness. And so for me, that is my lesson. And that is me right now. And I'm excited about day 2 because I love this affirmation. This affirmation says, who I am is the source of my prosperity. So take that in your day. If you're going forth into the day happy, abundant, full of light, then that will be your abundance. If you go into the day tight, restricted, then that will be the outpicturing of the day. So thank you all again for joining Root Woman in this process. Thank you for watching this video testimonial. And we really want you to make a video reply testimonial yourself, or you can write it and post it on the Root Woman page. Thank you so much for joining us in this process. It's very, very powerful and it's just the beginning. Take care. Peace.